It's I mean, my wife and I are big music fans. We see a lot of live music. There was probably a period there in 2015 where objectively, I could have been, Jennifer Crumbley because we were going to a lot of shows. We were leaving our kids with our older kids and like, woo, it was like, so in terms of them developing this excuse as to the texts in March where Ethan's like, there's a demon in the
Mhm.
house and it's throwing the bowls and like it's destroying the kitchen and I don't know what to do with this shit and like why aren't you answering me? And she was like probably riding a horse. It was like 7 o'clock at night, and they're putting that on there. That is their proof that they knew or should have known that he had mental illness
Mhm.
or was suffering from some kind of mental distress.
Or their house is haunted.
That was their story. Like, so
Yeah.
her thing was, and she testified, Crumley took the stand. She said, "Look, like our house was built in like 1930. It's almost 100 years old. And Ethan's always thought it was haunted. Like he had the Ouija board, and him and his one friend would go down there. It's like we just thought he was screwing around.
Yeah.
Like he would take videos. Look, here's paranormal activity. Like with that going on,
Mhm.
and I'm assuming that it actually happened, like that they could have shown that those types of things that Ethan was doing those types of things. How do you then factor in, is the kid mentally ill or is he just being a goofball? And
Yeah.
he's kind of a strange bird, and he's a brooding 15-year-old.
Mhm.
Anybody that has teenagers knows they go through that phase where they don't want to have a damn thing to do with us.
Sure.
And I mean, it's part of the cycle of life. They have to kind of learn to spread their own wings and they want you to get out of their face and they want you to quit micromanaging them. And, so like for me, none of that moved the needle
Yeah.
for me. What moved the needle for me is the day of the shooting when Jennifer Crumbley is sent that math test, the non-altered one, because somehow apparently some knucklehead gave Ethan the test back and he scribbled out a couple of the pictures, wrote some additional stuff on there, and I guess that was handed to them in the room. But mom, Jennifer, had seen the original,
Mhm.
which had the thoughts won't stop,
Yeah.
help me, blood everywhere, the picture of the gun and the bullet,
Mhm.
the picture of what appeared to be a dead kid with bullet holes and blood pooling out. The world is useless. I'm dead, or
Mhm.
something to that. Yeah, and it's like that moved the needle to me.
Yeah.
Like that is when, as a parent, I'm going to hold you accountable because you should have known.
Yeah.
Like there is not, and I wouldn't have cared. Like, because I think the school's culpable as well. I think there's no way my kid's school, if they would have seen that, would have shut the school down.
Mhm.
Like, unequivocally,
Yeah.
like that, but I live in Illinois, like, we have very strict gun rules here.
Mhm.
That's Michigan. It's militia world.
Yeah,
Like,
very different.
guns are a thing up there. It's a like, that we can't pretend that
Yeah.
there's not a socio-political
Yeah.
aspect to this case because there very much
Well,
is.
in Michigan, just for context, for people to understand, kids they will take their guns not to the school inside the school, but in the gun racks in their trucks. They hunt. They do all that sort of stuff. That is normal culture up there.
Yes. Right. Exactly. So, and that has to be factored into what's going on in these jurors' minds. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? That is, as you aptly noted, the culture up there.
Hmm.
That is how they live.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of militias up there.
Yeah.
It's like it's a different type of state in terms of their views on guns,
Yeah.
and it's very much a part of their culture. So taking that into consideration, but for me, I get that handed to me I'm immediate. I don't even need to listen to anybody. Like that would have been a 30-second meeting of me coming in, me grabbing my child, me taking my kid to the car and saying, "My God, what's wrong? Talk to me.
Mhm.
Please talk to me. Please talk to me. I love you. Tell me what is going on with you. Please." And then immediately bringing them for a 72-hour hold to get evaluated. If somebody can look at that and not see that that is a cry for help, like literally when it says "help me" bolded,
Yeah.
I don't I can't help them.
Sure.
I cannot help them. I hope that they're not parents
Mhm.
because, like, to me, it's unequivocal. Like, I'm immediately like, it wouldn't have mattered if what the counselor or the principal said, "Ah, yeah, you can stay at school." They gave her the choice of leaving
Yeah.
the kid, you know? They said, "We don't think that he should be alone, that he should
Yeah.
definitely be evaluated in the next 48 hours." She's like, "Well, I've gotta work. James is doing his DoorDash stuff.
Yeah. But they
Like, should I leave him
also
alone at the house?" I
also
don't know.
telling her, we think it'd be good for him to be amongst his peers from the school, which is again, I mean, it defies logic. Hey, it's Tony Brueski. If you like the podcast, be sure to like, subscribe, and press that bell so you don't miss any of our updates on the cases we're following for you right here at the Hidden Killers podcast from True Crime Today. And thanks